Hey, we are live.
We did it.
We made it.
I know we did it.
We
And let me
did.
just add this before Laura starts. If you are watching this on a replay, you might want to stay. Why? Because we got a lot going on in the kitchen. Okay?
Yes.
Let me pull these down.
Yes, we do. So, if you're watching us live or on the replay, welcome back to our Meaty Mondays broadcast. Tonight, we are going to be doing some excellent carnivore cuisine. We hope you enjoy this. We hope you share this out and subscribe. As with all of our other episodes, we want you to go back and watch them all. My name is Laura. I am your co host. I am from Healthy Carnivore. What about you, Robin?
Hey, everybody. Good evening. It is Meaty Mondays with the Fierce Felines, and we're back again. And we're super excited about tonight's show. I think we got a segment called Cooking Chaos, and I think I think that's probably about right tonight. So we are going to be in the kitchen, everybody doing something different, and so it's super exciting. So as was said, please share this, please like, please subscribe. And I am Robin Heron, your carnivorous grandma. Hey, Rebecca.
Hey, well, I'm Rebecca with Carnivore Family, and we pretty much have cooking, all day long, every day at my house. So I love this, but this is my turn. I like the cooking because I get to sit back and watch you guys do all of the cooking, which is nice, fun treat for me.
Yeah.
All right, and now I'm gonna throw it to G.
All right, everybody. Thank you guys so much for joining us. On the last Monday of the month, we've decided to do some cooking. And somewhere a crazy thing came up last time where we are all doing something different. And the great part is that we don't know what everybody's doing. So they will all see when you guys see as well. If we use anything that you feel does not work for you, then I'm putting that disclaimer out ahead of time. Don't do it. Like, for instance, I know without a shadow of a doubt, matter of fact, neither one of the things I'm fixing will he eat. And it's okay. It is okay. That is the great part of this community. You find out what works for you, and that's what you run with. And who knows, you might find something that you end up liking. We're so happy that you're here. And I kept saying I'm not going to address it, but hey, Suzette, cowgirl, Oaktown girl, here's the thing. We're on different time zones over here. He's on one time zone, him and his wife right there in the house together. So with that being said, this is what works best for us. But I would appreciate if you go over there and tell him change his time. Yes. Yeah. And so over here tonight, or watch his on the replay, it doesn't matter. It can be nobody on here, and we are having a good time together. And so our next, that is the challenge announcement that we are doing. Okay, so everybody, I don't know who, hey Darth, I don't know what you guys are cooking. Do you all want to share with us now? Because we're going to do a switch. The switch is our two people tonight will be Rebecca and Frederick. Frederick, you're not on camera. Just calm down. Look at you. I ain't ready. I'm not ready. No.
He's fine.
Frederick's going to help us out.
And we are going to turn my camera off because I have a couple over in the kitchen for you guys to see. And I have a feeling that it might take us some time to get through with everything. So I'm going to set up everything here. The next person that's going, let me see, the cooking chaos in the kitchen with Laura, Robin, and G. But Rebecca is the one handling the show. Frederick is just pushing buttons. Sounds good, everybody? Are y'all hungry? Are you guys hungry?
Yes, I'm hungry.
I'm starving. I'm fasting.
This camera off, and then I'm going to add that one, and I'm going to add that one, and I'm going to, We are. Woo!
There you go.
Yeah, so I'm gonna
There it
pull
is.
this one out of let me see. No, let me see. I'm there. Yep, you got okay. Well, since you're doing that, how about let me see if I pull you down. I don't know if I can pull myself down. So those are my two. The camera's off, and ta-da!
Yep. I'll go hook mine up. That way you can add me in from that one. Okay.
Oh yeah, please do. Please
Nope.
do.
Yep.
All right. So we'll do that. And so Robin, you go ahead and start. But here's the thing, that mic, I took the other one down. So your mic, say something. Let's see if we hear you. Nope. Hold on.
Yep.
Now talk.
I need the mic.
There you go. That's
All
where your
right.
mic is. I don't know what's going over there with her, but go ahead and start.
So, you guys, tonight I am going to be making a sandwich. I made a pot roast and gravy, carnivore gravy. And so I'm going to make the bread that's going to go with that sandwich. So I'm making a version of the oopsie buns. I'm kind of blending it together with Chris Cooking Nashville's recipe. And so what I have here, let me just tell you guys what I've got. So I've got 2 egg yolks. Can you guys see that? Yeah. Okay. 2 egg yolks. Back here, I have my 2 egg whites. So I decided I didn't want to separate these eggs on camera. But okay, 2 egg yolks. I've got some cream cheese, about 3 ounces of cream cheese softened. I've got a tablespoon of egg white powder. And this also has about eighth of a teaspoon of baking soda in it. Then I'm going to put some beef gelatin in here. And also I got some white vinegar. I got some butter, which I'm going to go ahead and melt. And then we're going to bake this off. So that is what we've got. And I am going to be using my mixer. So I want to make sure that I am not making too much noise. So Frederick, you can go ahead and turn my mic off if you want to, and I'll start mixing this up.
I'll go over mine next. Mine is a very simple recipe. I call it egg in a hole. So I actually just formed the hamburger into a circle like this. I will put that into a cast iron skillet that I'm going to turn on now. And I'm going to do that on medium heat with a little bit of tallow in there. And then what I do, I take 2 egg yolks that I already separated. You can do the entire egg. I not do histamine response for me. So I just use the actual egg yolks in there. And it takes about 4 to 5 minutes and it's completely done. Something easy to do. And I am fasting. So Darth, I understand how you're feeling. I'm doing this and I'm actually in the middle of a fast. So it can't be done. So that.
All right. G, can you hear me? G, I was going to see if you wanted to tell everyone what you're working on.
Oh, she can hear.
Doesn't sound like you can hear me right now. There we go.
Not yet.
There we go. Can you hear me, G?
Yes, I can now. I forget I had her earpiece in.
You were focused. Yes. So would you like to tell us what you are working on?
Why, yes. I'm doing a couple of things. I am doing, well, it's 3 things that all together. So those that know me know I like jalapeno peppers. I have not had any this year. And so guess what? I'm going to show you how I make my jalapeno peppers. And then the other thing is because of what I use with the jalapenos, I am going to make a couple of my meatballs, right? And I was going to wrap them in bacon, but then I decided to show you something different. And then the last thing that I'm going to talk about, yesterday I had oxtails. And so they cooked
Mm.
overnight. This is what was left. Do you see that beautiful fat
Mm-hmm.
cap at the top?
Ooh.
So, and then there's some goodies at the bottom. Now, with this, there's a few things that I could do. Uh, but the thing I'm going to do is let this get room temperature. I'm going to pull that fat cap off the top, and then I want some of the goodies from the bottom because I know it's seasoned in there. And then when I do that, it will make my tallow, but this is seasoned tallow, so it's not just white tallow. And this I use so much. Oh, I can put it right here. This I use so much. I want you guys to check it out. So you have a few, this ain't the same thing though. You have a few meat remnants in here, and all of those clear, that is the gelatin from the broth that's down there. Now, with this, if I take this, I use this, I cook steaks with it. I wait until the end. I drop this over in it, allow it to melt. So you have that tallow and the seasoning and all that great stuff. And when I say to you, it is good, it is good. So I'm not going to make more tallow spread that I do, but I wanted you to see the cap. Now I have another one in the refrigerator. The cap is not this large, but you can utilize that for that extra seasoning. So who got next? What is? I didn't have my headphone in. Can you? I know what I heard. What Robin's doing, but tell me, Laura, what are you doing?
Egg in a hole.
Egg in a hole. So all of these we can get going. So
Yep.
who is starting now? Okay, so Robin is mixing. Is it
Mm-hmm.
we got our chaos going. So let me just tell you what I'm going to do so I can get to doing. With my spicy, I use the Philadelphia cream cheese with the jalapenos in it. All right, there it is, both cameras. When I had this is bacon bits that I had in the freezer. So you had that. And then this bowl here, now I can put it here. This bowl,
Mm-hmm.
that shrimp and bacon together. So it's frozen shrimp. And I dropped in some of my bacon bits in there. This is real bacon. This is me frying this. And then I mixed those two together and seasoned it just with real salt. My burger now has bacon in here and salt, and I'm going to do the egg over into here and make two meatballs for the oven. And then, yeah, so I'll be mixing and doing all that needs to be done. So that can sit there. This needs to crack and go inside of here. Now, normally I do not have this much egg white for a couple of reasons. One is that was not enough. Uh-oh. Hold on, y'all. Forgot this made a mess. Take this glove off so I can put this back because y'all cannot hear me. Okay. Yeah, I took some of that egg white out. And I need me another glove. So let me tell y'all about my that's the glove. Let me tell y'all about my gloves. I don't like how cold meat grease. I don't like how that feels on my hands. So that's the reason why I do gloves all the time. All right, so that is no biggie. Uh, but the great part is, before I came on, guess what I did?
What'd you do?
I prepared some already. So they're getting ready to come out of the oven because mine is not an easy task. But I'm going to show you. So this is just me mixing everything together right there. Here is the, this is, look, here is the jalapeno. I ain't got time for no little bitty one. Now I need to cut it in half and then put the seeds in the trash without burning my eyes. Hold on. What's the matter, baby?
Yes, no burning the eyeballs. That would be Rebecca, this recipe that I
Yes.
do, it is something that I think the kids would probably, something so easy that they could make it supper. I don't know if you've ever
Yeah.
used it before.
I've never cooked it before. I've never seen. Now
All right, y'all,
we
I'm
often
back.
make hamburgers, and then we will cook like fry eggs to put on top of them. So it's probably very similar.
Or yeah. It's so easy though. It's like it takes 5 minutes and it's done. And that's all I am about. Like quick, easy.
Simple.
Yeah. I like the simple.
Yes. Very much so. Robin, can we hear Robin? We can't hear. Frederick, could you put Robin's other camera back up so we can hear her? I don't know if he can hear me.
She's going to town over there.
I know. I saw she spread out her like bread mixture and put it on parchment paper and made them in bun shapes and then put them in the oven.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yes, I did.
Very good.
So can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So about how long do you cook them for?
So I'm going to be cooking them on the 375 degrees for 15 minutes. And then I'm going to turn the oven off and let them sit for another, I'm going to see 5 to 10 minutes, depending on where everybody is at with their cooking. The longer I can let it sit, the better. They did flatten out a little bit more than I would have liked. So the recipe actually called for 3 eggs. I decided to do 2 because I wanted to make a smaller batch of it. Last time I made it, it made like 6 buns, and I thought that was too much. I didn't even finish them all. So I just wanted to make like 3 or 4. So that batch made 3. What I did was I whipped up my egg yolks with all of the rest of the ingredients, the cream cheese, the egg white protein powder, gelatin, vinegar, melted butter, and I put the baking soda in there, which I was not supposed to do. I was supposed to put the baking soda in with the egg whites. But my egg whites whip up just fine without any kind of cream of tartar or anything. So I just whip those up. I use separate beaters. So I use like a little mixer whipper thing to do the egg yolks. And then I use the beaters to beat up the egg whites. And it formed stiff peaks in a really short period of time, as you guys saw. So then just mix that together. I put half of the egg whites into the mixture and beat that up, like mixed it up really vigorously. And then I put the rest in and folded those in. I was trying to make it stay fluffy, but it was still pretty liquidy because I only used 2 eggs. So we'll see how they come out.
Oh my gosh.
So let me just show them real quick. So that is the final, but let me just show you real quick.
Very pretty.
You'll have the pepper I cut in half. I've already salted and everything for here. And then I load this up. Push it down in there.
I love these. I used to eat these all the time. I haven't had anything like that since I've been on carnivore.
Now, here's the thing. With the bacon, I try to pull it. This is thick bacon. And then that way, when I go to wrap it, I have enough bacon. I have enough. So this is something, it all depends where you can have, and there you go. Now for this, I'm also, hold on, let me clear my hand. I'm going to add that tallow in with the meat because I already have some bacon bits in there, and I'm going to add that flavored tallow in with the meat, and I think that's going to be, look, my secret weapon, and put that over there. And so, yeah, it's just a matter of mixing it up. I think that if I had left the egg white in there, that this was going to be too much egg, as you can see, even trying to mix this together, and you don't want to over mix it.
Right.
So I think when yeah, because then it's going to look like I got fried egg on the outside, but I don't mind that with the yolk.
Yeah.
Excuse me. That one I don't.
Do you put
So the
any
next,
seasoning in there, G?
I did my real salt. That's pretty much all that I'm going to do. And this is the jalapeno oil that I'm,
Oh,
that I'm having a moment with. So that's what that is. Where's my thing? Hold on. Ah,
carnivores don't have to deal with
God,
jalapeno
Nor-
oil.
normally I would have
No.
took my let's see, yeah. Normally I would have took the thing off. All right, so all now I'm going to take some of my tallow,
Mm,
and you can see, look, that's it right there.
okay.
I have some lamb tallow in there. Now I'm just going to do a little
Mm.
bit of this to just kind of mix it through. Hold on. That's it right there. And mix this a little bit together. Make me 2 meatballs. I did put some salt in here. I will probably put some more. Do you guys ever like use too much salt? It seems like now I can't even use too much salt. Even
I
when
agree.
Mhm.
Yep.
it's like a little salty, it still like tastes good. I have yet to
Mhm.
like over salt, wherever crazy that is. All right,
That
so
is
here's the
crazy because I was at the
pan.
restaurant the other night and I was pouring my Redmond's real salt on that steak and it
Mhm.
just couldn't get salty enough for me. So yeah, I can't get enough salt these
Yeah.
days.
Now, with this meatball, that's your tallow that you see. It's a lot of things that you can do with this. I added the egg in there. That's giving it some even more protein. I'm adding extra fat. This is the 7327. You can poke your hole in it. You can hold on. Where did I? Did I drop it? I think I. Oh no, I didn't. Here it is. You can take. Hold on. Another piece of tallow and drop it over in there because this ain't nothing but juice. You can throw a piece of cheese in there if you choose to. You
Mhm.
can wrap this in bacon if you choose to. I am choosing to sit that joker right there. I'm not doing anything extra because I think Frederick will actually like this because this is just bacon with the extra tallow. But I can tell in my hand that that one is a little bigger. Yep. And so these will be my cupcakes. And
Oh, nice.
these will be my peppers. But before we started, I did some. Hold on.
While she's doing
That was
that,
smart.
I'll do my finished product, okay?
You're done already.
Oh, it's
Mhm.
Oh, that's great.
fast.
Oh, that looks super good.
It is so good, and I salted it to death. I
Mm.
cannot eat it. So,
Let me go in
and
here.
I'm fasting, so I really used the salt today. I put a lot of it under my tongue, and I'm feeling good.
That's awesome.
That's ready for
Oh,
two.
you guys are all ready. I'm the only one who didn't cook ahead of time.
I didn't. I didn't cook again.
No, look,
It takes
Oh
five.
no,
Laura cooked what?
yours is
Laura's
like
is
a
just fast.
5 minute meal. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah.
Okay, mine is gonna take some time. Sorry.
That's okay. We got other stuff, but
You did
here
great.
is my finished product.
It looks
The
super
elbow.
Here is
good.
one of the meatballs, but this one I added shrimp to.
Ooh.
It still ain't salty enough. I should have wrapped this joker with bacon. But that's
All right.
okay. These are wrapped with bacon. So
Mhm.
here, you get the first bite.
My
Mm,
kids lately have been taking like the mini like cocktail sausages and wrapping them in bacon, and then they fry them in the air fryer, and they make just like little treats. And I bet adding a little cream cheese would just make them like
Oh,
even cooler.
yeah.
But for me, the cream cheese, I use the jalapeno one.
Oh,
Mhm.
really?
Mm.
Well, let me just say, This is it. Uh-huh. Oh, I forgot. I forgot to give y'all some. Hold on.
Yeah, give us some. Give us some, D.
But wait, I want y'all to see this.
But there's more.
Y'all see that right there?
Oh, you're gonna have to eat that.
Hold on. That right there.
Oh
Oh
my
my
God.
God.
Yes.
That's why I put that paper down there. When I say to you, this is of the gods. Mm,
So
that's
good.
like really good. All right. Well,
So tell
because I
us
swear
about
I'm
that
getting.
little tray that's on top of your. Can we see your pan and the tray that you're using on top? That's something that we need to put in our description. That's a very nice little tray.
Oh yeah, a
Yeah,
cooling
super
rack.
handy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the cooling rack, and then the parchment paper with an old pan underneath. That it lifts it up and allows the air and stuff to get around. Now
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go ahead and drop these in the oven, and I think I ain't never did this, but and maybe I shouldn't do this.
Yeah, why
I'm
not?
Nope.
gonna try and cook
Very good
that on
idea.
top.
Just
I
make
like it.
have a cookie
Makes
sheet or
sense to
something
me.
underneath of it to catch the grease.
Yeah.
From on top. Well, I got the 4 holes right there. Or I'm
Hey,
just gonna change the parchment paper and put this in the oven, and then I'll be back to join you guys from the other room.
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna do. Hold on.
all right. I'm
I
gonna
like the cooling rack idea. I think that's really, I do that a lot of times with chicken.
Yes.
When I'm baking chicken wings, trying to make them
Why
oven
you take
fried chicken
Laura
wings.
off?
What happened? I don't know what happened.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Yeah,
but
we use those
yeah,
cooling racks for a lot of different things. Today, like Louis cooked, we call them riblets. They're like short ribs, with
mm-hmm.
what looks like almost like a strip of bacon, but it's like the shortcut side of the ribs. And Louis will
Yes,
cook them on a rack in the oven with the parchment paper underneath it, and it comes out. It helps it give it more of that crispy baked or fried taste rather than like if it sits in its own juices, it just gives it's a different
yes,
flavor
right. Yep,
and different texture. So
totally
it kind of depends
understand.
on what you're going for.
That sounds amazing. Riblets sounds good. Yes.
Hmm
Yes,
It's one of his favorite things. So we'll go to
Pork,
Costco and
or
get them.
beef.
I think that's a good question. I think they must be pork.
I think I just
That's a good
saw
question.
those at Costco the other day, and
Hmm
I was thinking I should pick some of that up. I wish I had have picked it up. I'm gonna have to go back and get it now.
Yeah, you should try
That
them. They're
sounds super
very,
good.
very good. It's like one of his favorite cuts to have as a treat. I never like foods that are a lot of work to eat, and so if I'm having to eat around all the little bones, I'm like
Mm-hmm.
just rather have a whole steak. but
Right.
but the flavor is great.
Awesome. Very, very good. So, um,
So Laura, does that meal that you made, does that make a good like to go meal? Like do you cook it
Oh,
up and take it? Does
very,
it and then
very.
just okay? Because it looked to me like
Yeah,
something that would
and
be really easy to take and
super
make or
easy. And
make and take.
yeah. Well, and the thing is what I have learned since usually I do one meal a day and it's like 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon after I've gotten back to the office. I take it with me in the morning, set it on my desk. It doesn't go in the refrigerator. I've survived. I
Mhm.
still have an
mhm.
appendix that works. So, but I have found that if I cook the meat very raw at home, like it's just very barely done, that makes it a lot easier when I do rewarm it, then it doesn't dry out and it's not overcooked and rubbery because I don't like well
Yep.
done meat at all. So
Yeah,
yeah,
no,
but
me
it's really
either.
nice. Yeah, and it's so easy. I mean, it's 5 minutes. It just takes no time and I did keto for so many years and the last 2 years that I did keto, I spent so many hours trying to, make the cheesecakes and the stuff like that.
Mhm.
I'm past that. Although
Yeah.
I will say, Robin, your bread's gonna be pretty good. I can't wait to see that.
I hope it comes out, you guys. I'm like, it looked pretty flat, but you know what? I'm gonna eat it and I'm gonna show you guys how this sandwich. Remember those hot roast beef sandwiches with the gravy? Yeah, that's what I'm having for dinner. I'm excited about that.
That's the part I wanted to know, because you keep saying gravy, and I know in my head, gravy. Is it more like an au jus type, or?
No, it's gravy. It's gravy. I'll check the bread. I heard the timer go off, and then I'll come back and tell you guys about my gravy.
That's fine. But I think that is so funny. I forgot the next Monday was
April Fools.
Yes. Wouldn't that be something? We on here cooking vegan. Okay. I don't know where we are. My brain is on those peppers in the next room. My thing with peppers have gone back for years. My love for jalapeno peppers, and it really escalated. Are y'all familiar with Church's Chicken?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, as of today, Church's got the best jalapeno. I don't know what they use.
Really? Wow.
Peppers. But I can actually just sit there like this. Whole peppers. I would go there and go through drive-through just for the peppers and just sit there and eat them. I will get a cup, yay big, right? Fill it up with jalapenos and just sit there like this.
Oh, wow. You like them that well.
I do. But if you made the juice like super hot for no reason, that's not what I like. I actually like the flavor of it when it's right. So yeah, that's look, that's my jam. And so I ended up doing that for myself. Would you guys like to while we're waiting?
I'll tell you guys about my gravy.
Oh, tell me about
And then
gravy.
we're supposed to do news you can use.
Yep.
From the community. So I made a pot roast today, chuck roast. The way I made it was I seared it off on all the sides. I seasoned it, and then seared it off on all sides in bacon grease. And then I put it in the crock pot. I put in about a cup of my bone broth that I made. I made some chicken bone broth recently. So I put a cup of that, and then I put about probably half a stick of butter in there. And I did put a little bit of that dried minced onion in there for the onion gravy flavor. So you don't have to put that in though. If you're like opposed to that, don't put it in. Once the roast was done, it could probably about 7 hours on high. I took it out. I added a little bit more water to it, and then I added like about 4 ounces of cream cheese and about half a teaspoon of beef gelatin. And then I whisked that all up because it was hot, so it melted the cream cheese and it's gravy and it's good.
So it's
super
the beef
good
gelatin that does it.
So the cream cheese does it, and then the beef gelatin finished it off. So I just put a little bit of beef gelatin in just to get it a little bit tighter. I don't want it to be like Jello, So,
Right.
but just make it a little bit tighter. And but the cream cheese has a thickening property to it. Makes a great gravy.
Oh, I believe you. Okay.
Your wheels are turning.
You see my brain. You see my brain. Well, we are not the only carnivore cooking. So let me share my screen. What happened? Okay, share screen. And this is this right here. Yep, that's it. And so hold on, and we're going to expand her with her pretty self.
She's so cute.
Yeah,
know it.
She's cooking today, and we have no idea. So let's check her out.
Everyone, I'm Rhonda at Carnivore Leo, and instead of bringing you news you can use, I'm joining my feline co-host in the kitchen, and we'll be making bacon and Gruyere cheese egg bites. These egg bites were inspired by Starbucks and have been a major hit with my coworkers. The ingredients I used are 8 pastured raised eggs, a 15-ounce container of ricotta cheese that I substituted for cottage cheese, 1 and 3/4 cup of shredded Gruyere cheese, 1 and 3/4 cup of shredded Monterey Jack cheese, 1 tablespoon of melted butter, 1 teaspoon of hot sauce of your choice. I used sriracha, and 1 teaspoon of Redmond roll salt. I blended all of these ingredients together in my Ninja food processor until smooth. Then I greased a 12-cup muffin pan with bacon grease and added some bacon bits to the bottom.
Ooh.
I would have used silicone trays, but currently don't have any. I poured the egg mixture into each cup, leaving a little room at the top to allow for expansion. Then I sprinkled a little more bacon bits on top and pushed them down into the mixture with a wooden pick to incorporate them throughout the egg bites. Then I created a water bath and filled a roasting pan with water, then placed the muffin tin on top. The purpose of the water bath is to regulate the temperature and keep the eggs from getting too hot and overcooking and cracking. I placed the egg bites in the middle of my preheated oven at 300 degrees and baked for 30 minutes. Once done, I removed them from the oven and let them set before popping them out onto a plate.
Carnivores can have fun too.
I also made a
Yeah.
sous vide version. I greased 4-ounce little glass jars with bacon grease, poured in the same egg mixture, leaving room at the top, added bacon bits to each jar and pushed down with a wooden pick. Then sealed the jars nice and tight with the lids. I then filled a large pot with water, placed my sous vide wand inside the pot, and set it to 170 degrees. Once preheated, I added the jars with the egg mixture to the bottom of the pot and cooked for 1.5 hours. Once the time was up, I checked to make sure all of the egg was set, then used a knife to cut around the edge, and they popped out pretty easily. I think both the oven baked and sous vide methods turned out great, but after comparing the texture and taste of both, I liked the sous vide version the best because it was lighter, more custard like, and tasted the most like the Starbucks version, which was absolutely delicious. Now I can't wait to see what my feline co hosts are cooking. Thank you all for watching.
Wonderful.
That's awesome. We have a
That
sous vide
looks
that we
so
almost never
good.
use anymore. So that I like the idea.
Okay, hold
Yeah,
on.
that's a cute idea.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
definitely,
I
I just
don't
put
have the
in the
cute little
chat that
jars
I'm
though.
definitely making that. 100% gonna make that. Definitely. It looks really,
Yeah.
really good.
Let me hope
Really,
that
I
my
do
husband
have
can
big
go
those.
back
cups.
there and buy one where I'm not paying attention. But we've been talking about a sous vide. Tell me what you guys think about it while I turn some light on. What do you guys think
I
about
love my sous
So,
vide. I absolutely
yeah.
love it. It takes a long
So
time though
we've
to cook things, so that's the only problem with it.
it's the upside of it is like you can put it in and it's a fix it and forget it. So it's kind of gives that same feel of like when you used to do crock pot recipes or things like that. So you could throw
Hmm.
them in and go out for a couple of hours and the its steak is always cooked correctly every time. Um,
Yes.
and so we really like that. We kind of grew to where we didn't love the idea of setting it in plastic for hours while it heated and just
Yeah.
Yeah.
so that's why we stopped using it because I'm like,
Hmm.
Yeah.
it's one of those things. It's like we're already
Yeah.
overexposed to plastic anyway, and it was like one more thing. And
Yeah.
is this
Yep.
the line we're going to draw? I don't know. So we've stopped using it because of that. But it makes an excellent steak. And that's if
Yes,
you go
it
to like
does.
high-end restaurants, that's how they make all of their steaks.
Okay,
I love
so
the fact that she used glass
that's what I
to
was
cook
just
those.
getting ready
That's
to
what I
That
like
was
too.
so perfect.
So
I
Yeah.
if
never
you
thought about that.
have a seal container,
Mhm.
glass, you can.
Mhm.
All right, so this is the reason why I have not jumped to do almost like that what is Instapot. I still
Mhm.
had that
Yeah,
joke in there, and
I love mine.
I know, but it's
Yep, me
until
too.
it was in there for like an hour and a half, a year and a half, almost 2 years, because it just seemed so complicated. It was just it just seemed complicated, and that's how I see that device. So Frederick and I was talking, and somebody we were watching, they said like 24 hours later. And I'm thinking to myself, self, who like 24 hours? So the only way around that is when you finish with your meal, you need to add the next one in. So 24 hours later, your
Mhm.
meat is ready. But then I just heard her say an hour and a half. And so that's my issue. How do you use this thing properly? Do you I don't know. Help me out, ladies.
We never did anything that was a 24-hour cook. It depends a little bit there. The longest we did were things that might take 8 to 10 hours. And so it was put it in the morning for, a nice meal that night kind of thing. But yeah, it just really just depends on how thick the steak is and whether or not you're doing it from frozen or some, because you can put them in the bags and freeze them. And people would do that and like season them so they were already pre-seasoned, and then you don't have to even thaw them out or take them out, and you just put the bag in. And so you could put it in the morning, get it started, and then be gone all day, and it's ready to go when you get home. So that's the upside of it.
Nice.
But you can also just do it in a few hours. So the longer you do it, I think the more tender it gets. It's kind of the idea of that slow cook. So
Darth said earlier on here, I saw where he said they have silicone bags that you can use in place of the plastic, which I'd seen that. Yeah, I think
I
that's
didn't know
a
that. So
good
that's a
idea
great.
too.
We might try that.
Yeah.
He also said that he believes sous vide is Latin for hungry in a few days.
So this is something you would do while you're fasting, like I am, and like he is you put it in there. You don't got to worry about it and I'd set mine for 2 or 3 days because that's how long I'm fasting. So that'd be even better. That thing should fall apart, but I do not have that. Because again, I like to just keep it as simple as possible and easy. I did the other for too long. Now I'm like, I ain't got time. I got tallow lotion to make and candles to make. And so I've got that taking up my time.
My bread's ready.
Oh, yay.
All right. You going to take it out?
Yes, I just took it out. I'll show you guys how they actually spread out like I thought they would. So you can see here.
Yeah, they look
But
good.
if you use the silicone mold, like a hamburger mold, it'll make it stand up taller, But that's okay.
Right.
Here's my plate with my bread bun on it. You see how it looks?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll show you this meat and gravy. So it's just roast beef with gravy. Probably not the best looking thing in the world. Can you guys see that?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
It actually looks really, really good.
It does.
That is what I'm having. I'm going to go ahead and give this a taste for y'all.
Another thing I saw somebody do that had that kind of bread. I saw them make grilled cheese for their kids. They actually took that cloud bread and buttered it and then put it on like a hot griddle and then turned it over, put the cheese on it, put those two hot sides together and melted it that way. And I was like, ooh, that'd be a good idea for people. Good. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God.
It'd be very kid friendly.
Yes.
So, Robin, how eggy is the bread taste? Do you notice the egginess at all with this recipe? Because we've tried like
No.
2 carnivore bread recipes, and they were both like, "Oh, it tastes like eggs." Like, so
No,
Yeah.
it doesn't taste like eggs at all.
okay,
Um, I will put the link to Chris Cooking
Mhm.
Nashville's recipe because he does some things to make it taste less eggy.
eggy.
And so I will make sure that I put that link in my description box, and then also I'll share it with you guys as well because this tastes like old days. It's good.
So, Darth has a question.
Yes. So
There's a
I would I would say I gave up those pre-carnivore keto foods 33 years ago, the day before
You want to
Thanksgiving
taste?
this year it'll be 33. There is nothing I
You want to
miss
taste it?
as well as I
Okay, good.
feel healthy now. So I've gotten way past that point
I
of where
don't
I
know.
miss anything.
So yeah, the question was if we miss our pre-carnivore foods, and I'd say there's definitely a nostalgic missing to things. You see it and you miss the like, oh, I remember like popcorn on our movie nights, and I remember you remember things, um, but not like she said, definitely not how I felt at the time, and how those foods. It's hard to dissociate the way those foods. I remember the experience versus I know how I felt, and all of that was just so miserable. So it's hard to separate those out. Hello. So
How's it
for me,
taste,
it's
Layla?
there's amazing.
Does it like a thumbs up?
All right. There you
Perfect.
go.
High praise there.
I don't know, like 35 hearts.
Yes, they can't hear you, honey. She said it's 35 hearts.
Oh, well, that's really good.
Perfect. Endorsement by
Yeah.
the kids is perfect.
Yeah. So I
Box
mean
press in the
that
box.
says everything, right? It
Mhm.
definitely must not taste like eggs if she thinks it tastes good.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's
Yeah.
really good. Nice texture. Do I miss my pre-carnivore foods?
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't think so. I'm trying to think of anything that I do miss. So, I mean, I guess maybe at the holidays, I kind of miss, I really like my dressing that I make, turkey and dressing. So I may have kind of missed that, but maybe my mother-in-law's pound cake, it's like really, really good. It's the best ever, but I stopped eating that a long time ago when I was on keto. So, I
Mm-hmm.
didn't really miss it. Um, I did miss coffee though. So when I stopped drinking coffee for about 4 months, I did miss it. So I brought back some decaf.
Yeah. So for me, ironically, Frederick and I watched a show uh and it was our cruise that we went on, and we were talking about pretty much not what do we miss, but what will we introduce back. And it's so funny that on that particular show, I said I miss Brussels sprouts, asparagus,
Mm,
and squash, but mine, not somebody else's, the way I cooked it.
Mm-hmm.
And
mhm,
ironically, I could care less. It's like that's what was
mhm.
said on that day.
Yeah.
But now there isn't I guess I learned my lesson when I was vegan. So for those that don't know, prior to the carnivore diet, I was all the way on the other side, vegan. And I found myself trying to mimic so many different foods. I remember trying,
Mhm,
okay, let me tell you how unhealthy this is. So they had these canned, is it heart of palms? Heart of palms. And you can shred them that they kind of look like fish. put some noritake on it, which is seaweed. And you mix all this stuff, and you're trying to do all these different things because of what you miss. And it doesn't taste the same. And I found myself going down that avenue with the mayo for the carnivore. It's like, you know what? I do kind of miss some mayonnaise. That I do. I tried to make that, and I just wasted money between not liking how it turned out, then trying to dress it up with more animal products. Then I said, okay, and I think you guys remember, and then I made some tuna fish or something. I just threw it all in the trash. I did, and said that there are so many things that I enjoy now. The real food, I enjoy it. It's fulfilling. And that I'm a little afraid of that bread. I know, I really, really am. I don't venture off
Good.
on drink. It's so much I don't venture off on because right now I don't want to derail myself. And I hate that I gave myself this July of what I'm trying to accomplish by when I turn 60 in July. And I'm trying to do this because I believe that once I'm just going to enjoy the rest of my life. So I say that to anybody that's watching, whether you are on this carnivore journey or not, whether you've had a jalapeno pepper or not, whether you've drank some coffee, or this is your journey.
Yes.
And do not allow anyone I said this when I was vegan. I said, if I said I was vegan and then all of a sudden said that once a year I eat a steak, what does that make me? Am I like not vegan? Because I did it for 364 days, probably 365, but on 365, I decided to have vegetables and a steak. So we label ourselves and then we penalize people if they've had something, or you turn around and say, I kind of fell off. Well, we don't do that. You shouldn't even do that even in church. If somebody coming in, they're crying, maybe they, as we would say in the church setting, backslid or whatever. Are you going to that's what you get? That's not what we're doing.
No, that's not what we're doing.
It should not be that way in this lifestyle. But now, don't be hollering that you want to be this big.
But I want to say, G, though.
Go ahead.
Just like what you're saying is, and I think that we fail to do this for ourselves. We'll do it for other people. We'll love them where they are. But we won't do it for ourselves. We'll give up so hard on ourselves and feel like a total failure if you slip up or if you make a mistake. So, we want to love ourselves like we love others too, and if I know for me, if somebody's coming back into the church that has backslidden, I am not going to look at them crazy. I'm going to be happy that they made it back. So when you come back to carnivore, I'm going to be happy that you made it back to carnivore. And, are you continuing to do your thing?
You got to stick with the right people. And I see Kathy, and I know because without the preservatives, Frederick won't eat it. That's another thing. I kind of waste money making this amount. I only want it like one time. And so I just deal without. But I love what Shayla has said. She missed her Merlot and her trail mix. You evidently did not see that video that Frederick and I made. Honey, I don't know if it is the sitting in my chair with my sweet wine. Baby, just sit. Honey, I think that it is, and I'm glad that it hurts my body. because I swear I would drink it every night.
Right.
Because now, in my defense, for those that don't know, I have a reduced size stomach. That means the part that they cut off does not, so the growling, the getting hungry, I don't get that. And then the craziest thing, I can drink, and let's say I got drunk. Less than 30 minutes, I can walk straight line. It's like, I don't know, like alcohol is absorbed through the stomach. Well, evidently my stomach is this big and ain't a lot absorbing. I don't know where it's going. It's a waste of money because 20 minutes tipsy and that's it.
20 minutes, that's all you get.
That's all I get.
That's all
So
you get.
it's like I got to sit up here and almost drink the 2 bottles. So I wait. Yeah. So you could just about imagine. There's not a whole, I don't miss that pain. I don't miss that fat wobbling going by. I don't know what y'all saw. And unlike these ladies, I wasn't ashamed to take a picture. Oh my God, y'all. All this stuff is popping back up in my timeline. I used to take pictures every morning before I went to school. I was teaching. I used to do all of these different things, guys, all of them. No, I don't. I don't miss a lot of that. All right, Dar, thank you. Yep, we coming up on it, but let me see. What is this right here? Okay, there should not be any negativity in our lives, including with the proper human diet, the coin phrase from Dr. Berry.
Berry.
I am not carnivore and I feel great. Meals are mostly meat, but I also love keto chow. I don't know what the keto chow
Oh,
is.
it's so good. I love it too.
I don't know what
It's like
that is.
a shake mix, a keto shake mix.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, and
You add your own fat.
This is your life if you are getting up and you are pain free. Because see, let me clarify this. As a vegan, I woke up in pain. I went to bed. It's like I'm sleepy, but dreaded hating going to bed because you lay there and here comes the pain. Here comes I know now the inflammation. I can lay there and just feel my body swell. Feel my body swelling. Oh my God. And so no, I don't. And I was a vegan. So no, I don't miss that. I don't miss when you turn to get up. Hold on. And you got to do, I don't do that anymore. I just get up, right? I don't do that anymore. I don't miss the blood pressure. It's so many things I don't miss. And I know that my food contributed to, I'm going to say 90% of it, because like you said, there's plastics, there's all these other different things that are still in our life. Now I'm going to hit y'all with something and then the next person can talk. Frederick and I was talking, what if cigarettes really don't cause the cancer, but it triggers from everything else that you've been eating that make you more susceptible? I think about things like that. Things that now I know they put some nicotine and all this other stuff, but you got things that are introduced to us that I feel you have these reactions, but it has nothing to do with that. It has to do with you and what it is that you've already put into your body that you're reacting. And that could be my 2 cents. Y'all take it away.
Yeah, I think everyone's got this is an individual journey. So you see a lot of people that will respond to carnivore and say, well, if you just eat clean, if you just cut out the seed oils and the preservatives and you just have not processed foods or, X, Y, and Z, you'll be fine. And that's maybe true for most people. For us, when it came down to it, is if you do all of those things, pretty much what you're left with is animal products like, meat, eggs, and dairy, and then fruits and vegetables. And we did enough research to go, we don't need fruits and vegetables, for one. My husband was definitely having some triggering from the vegetables because he was already so sick. And so, and they definitely caused digestive problems for him, especially. They do for me now that I'm more in tune with things. And the fruit made us want sweets. It just, I would have 4 blueberries, and then I'm thinking about cheesecake. And I was like, okay, so we don't get anything necessary out of it. And it was not beneficial to us. And I always say a lot of times in my video, like, if you can do this, more power to you. If you can be that person that has, strawberries in their yogurt once a month, and then that's like your thing, and you're great, good for you. We were not those people. We were the people that overindulged, that ate too much of everything that we shouldn't. And even just a slight, like, oh, we're going to, early on, we were 6 months into it, and my husband's mom visited. And he's like, I'm just going to go out and have tacos with her. And she's here visiting, and it'll just be for like this weekend. It took him months to feel the same again. Like, he felt horrible for the next month. And it was probably 3 months till he felt as good as he did before he started having those tacos again. And that was, and it was literally corn tortillas, guacamole, and meat and cheese. Like that was it. So it really just depends on where you're coming at. All of us are here because we felt really bad, and we needed something dramatic. I'm hoping that my kids eating this way from the time they're young, they will never feel this horrible. And so maybe they will be more flexible. We talk about that. Like my 17-year-old son, or he's almost 17, I was like, you might have really good food control. And if you want to go out and try something and have this be like, this is the one thing you do off the books once a month, you want to go have cake and ice cream on your birthday, and that doesn't derail you, then more power to you. You'll probably be just fine. You'll be light years ahead of most other people. It really, and you won't have developed all of these chronic food issues that your parents have. So, it's really individual.
Yep. Right.
All right, we're gonna shut it down. But I wanted to add. Well, I'll wait until it's my turn to go. So
we were supposed to have voting. So I did put a comment in there requesting you to vote. We're almost done. I mean, it's like we've been over here in over an hour, but please vote. Give us your quick vote on which one of these carnivore dishes that tasting and judging.
It's okay if y'all scared of my peppers. I ain't mad. But this hamburger with this shrimp and bacon in it.
Ooh.
Yeah, that sounds really good.
Yeah.
Cool. You ready? You ready for me to wrap this up?
Yep.
All right. So I just want to ask, well, first of all, thank everybody who's been here with us through the live stream, and thank you for everyone watching in replay. We always appreciate your support. We love your comments. It makes it extra fun to be here. Encourage wherever you're watching this at, whoever's live stream or channel you're on, to go ahead and give a like and subscribe. It helps everybody out and makes the algorithm know that you care and you want to see more content like ours. And that helps everybody in carnivore community to know that this kind of content is wanted and enjoyed. Yes. And make sure, if you haven't checked out some of the other channels, go ahead and check everyone out. We each have our own flavor and our own way of going about things, and that's part of what's fun about this. And did anybody want to comment? I know we're a little over. Anything special going on this week? I don't have anything special going on this week. So
yeah,
we're gonna go around.
I have two interviews. So one, I'm interviewing Carrie Mann from Homestead How on Wednesday. And then Friday, I wish I could remember. His name is, he's a Catholic carnivore. And Dante just did a thing on him the other day. He reached out, and Friday at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, he's going to interview me. I don't have my phone in here, but I can't anyway, so I'm excited. I can't wait. It's so exciting to see what he's going to ask. So that's what I have going on. Plus, I have a lot of people who saw my website that live really close, and they're like, well, I'll save shipping and handling. I'll just come get it. And I was like, okay. Yeah, I'm just having to make so much
That's awesome.
stuff, the
That's
candles and things
awesome.
like that.
I love
So
it.
yeah. Yeah. So
That
I'm
is
very busy doing
fantastic.
that stuff, but I love making that stuff. And I have so much tallow that I'm like, oh, and the other thing was this weekend, I actually worked with a client on lab work and some stuff coming up. And that I love that. I could do that 24 hours a day. And even if it wasn't a carnivore person, but it was, gosh,
Mhm.
carnivore people are so nice. But yeah, even if it was
Yes.
somebody else, keto, even standard American diet, I will work with anybody, but I could do that 24 hours a day. That was the best.
Yes.
Congratulations. That's amazing.
Thank you.
All right. Robin, what you got going on?
So, the big thing that I've had for the week is that I interviewed Dr. Chafee yesterday, which was absolutely incredible. I needed way more time with him, though. The man can talk. But I enjoyed that interview so much, and I learned so much. He talked a lot about autism, so I'll definitely be pulling out some extracts from that video and putting those up.
Mm.
And also this week, I will be interviewing Adam from Carnivore Today. That's my Saturday interview. I'm not planning to do a whole lot on my channel this week because it's just too much going on, like between work and between church and doing taxes. And yeah, there's a lot going on. So not too much going on the channel this week, but go watch the Dr. Chafee interview if you haven't seen it already.
It was great. It was great.
Exciting.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Okay,
for
Lee.
me, why don't I see this? How did I mess this up? Okay, I have to go and look. Because Laura and I have a show. Don't we?
Yes, we do.
Oh,
Isn't it
Friday
Friday?
Friday.
Yeah, but
night!
oh,
Yay!
you know what? It's not in my calendar, but I know. All right, so I put this comment back up because hey, Miss Cindy, how are you? You've been able to maintain for over a year now, and the many health benefits. That was not my story. Excuse me.
Yes.
With keto, that was I went all the way to having the gastric sleeve, and I was still big. So I don't have that. One of the things, you guys know that I'm trying to put together a show about gastric bypass. The people who have had their intestines rerouted and those that just had the stomach reduction. There is a community out here, and I love the fact that some of them are making their way to the carnivore diet, because I promise you, if I knew about this carnivore diet, I would not have had that surgery at all. And so I have a lot to say about the surgery, but I won't pick that up now. Carnivores After Dark. Laura and I, it's a pajama party. What does that mean? G? That means I'm going to have my pajamas on, and it's going to be like a girls' conversation type thing. Wednesday, I actually have a Dr. Chafee is interviewing me 8:00 in the morning. So
Ooh,
I will be up, and hopefully
nice.
that won't be a pajama party. No, I'll be up. So Wednesday, he and I. But for every time that I try and watch these interviews, guys, I'm trying to do something different. It's like that's the Carnivores After Dark. I love the carnivore community, but I got questions. Is my sex life like y'all sex life? I mean, after being I almost said something about one of the people on the panel, but I won't.
Don't. for people's business in the
Yeah.
street.
I
Gosh.
don't know which one of y'all I'm
Darn it.
talking about. But what I'm saying is, as
I told
women
you in
over
private.
50, over 40, what's going on with your body? I see so many men in the carnivore diet, and where you talk about your testosterone and building muscles, and y'all out here doing all of this. But what about us? So there are conversations that I want to have. And so I'll be with Nurse Laura Lynn. And so we're going to have that. And I believe that's this Friday at
It is.
Exciting.
8 or 8:30. What was it? We're doing it. I think it's 8:30. I got to go and look. I don't believe that it's not inside of my phone. But everything is. But I think it's at 8:30 this Friday. But it's already there. So you can go and just click notify me. That'll take care of that. I'll have Dr. Chafee early in the morning, and I'm putting together a show for people that had gastric surgery and are thriving on the carnivore diet. And I also want to discourage anyone that is considering having this. Do what I'm doing now. Oh my God, please do what I'm doing now. You won't need that surgery. And because most people have the surgery, you want smaller. That's the reason why you're doing it. But here's the thing. And they do tell you this. You don't change the eating habits, you're gonna get right back big again. Hold on.
I had a woman that I knew that had it done a couple years ago, and she lost like 100 pounds, but she didn't look healthier. And that was the hard thing that I don't know how to, there's no way to communicate to her that, because she still ate very poor choice by anyone's standards, not a healthy way of eating at all. And so her skin didn't look good, her color, her energy, none of that improved. She just got to wear smaller clothes. And so I just remember thinking and watching that and just wondering if maybe there wasn't disappointment in your mind, but I feel like you would like to think oh, I'm going to lose all this weight and then I'm just going to feel like I did when I was 20 and thin. And clearly that didn't happen.
No.
And so I just wonder how common that it seems to me.
Your inflammation is not going away. If you do
lose
not
hair.
All you're doing is getting smaller. I did that. I told you I got down 164 pounds. My heaviest was 260. I got down to 164 for my 50th birthday. So that was almost 10 years ago. And then after that, I was 165 and then 166 and then 167. Yeah, because I had birthday cake, and at that party, everything was alcohol infused. I could not have any children here because I was not watching out over the food. The barbecue sauce had liquor in it. Every piece of fruit bathed in alcohol for 2 to 3 days. I had Jello shot. What? And how much weight y'all thought I lost after that? The moment that you have this indulgence. Yeah. So, and then I just wanted to say, hey, Cindy, I did the exact same thing because I'm actually, that's the only thing in my life. I don't regret anything that I've ever done. I don't care if it had hurt somebody. I don't. That I do. As a matter of fact, it took my mother died not knowing I had that surgery. I was actually shamed that I had the surgery because I felt like, oh man, I can't do this on my own. I have to do this. And people think that you're doing it, that you're cheating. It's like, oh, just go to the gym. Okay, well, I did the gym thing and lost 10 pounds in 6 months. So guess what? The gym was not the answer. The food was the answer from the beginning. And until you learn and you actually do that, then you're not going to get those changes. And you can be smaller. I've seen so many people that's smaller still walking like they look like they 600 years old. So smaller does not
fix
mean
your
healthy.
arthritis. It's not going to fix your aches and pains.
No.
Right.
Yeah.
And we have
Your
gone way
autoimmune
over.
disorders.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
exactly.
Nothing.
Right.
Yep, all the eczema, all of that kind of stuff that
Yeah. Keto did
definitely
not.
Even
Keto did
diabetes.
not fix my.
Yep.
Keto didn't even fix my eczema. Nothing fixed my eczema until I did carnivore, and I still have eczema on my hands. But I look at my face and I'm like amazed. Like I don't have eczema on my face. It's crazy. I've had it all my life.
But for those, honestly, if you're doing keto, now from my understanding, there is a keto, a dirty keto, and that's like with all them other different things where they trying to trick you. But and it's the same thing with vegan. If that's what you choose to do, because there's some 90-year-old vegans that they swear by it, but I don't believe that your muscle and your everything, that you have everything that you're supposed to have. But congratulations, you made it to 90. That was your journey. Ta-da. There's so many people that died that never made a change. Ta-da. There's some people that are making a change, and now I'm kind of concerned for myself because like I said, I'm turning 60, but then prior to the carnivore diet, where at the rate my body was falling apart, then who was really taking care of me later on? Now I'm concerned I might not have enough money for the next 50 years running around here like I'm 33 years old trying to do these different things. We need more money because I'm not dying at 70. So, all right. Until next time, did everybody say what they all hearts and mind clear? So don't forget. So the next show, Carnivores After. Let me put my other voice on. Carnivores After Dark. Oh, thanks you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys so much. See you all next
See
week.
you.
Yeah.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.